When did you first realize you had made a huge mistake, only to realize it was already too late to fix? When I was in high school, I didn't take my dog for walks. My parents took care of that in the mornings and evenings, but every afternoon I would get home from school first and was supposed to walk her. She loved her walks. She'd scratch at the door, wag her tail, and even bring me her collar. Excited and eager, I would usually pet her, promise to take her soon, and watch her get even more excited. But then, laziness would set in, and I'd sit on the couch to watch TV. I'd turn up the volume, hoping I wouldn't hear her scratching at the door. Eventually, when she realized she wasn't going to get her walk, she'd come over to me, lick my face as if to forgive me, and then curl up next to me to nap. When my mom came home later, I'd lie and say I had taken her like I was supposed to. I always felt guilty, but the next day, the cycle would repeat. Then came college, and for the first time, I was away from her. That's when I truly realized how much I missed her and began regretting my past behavior. I started making weekend trips home just to spend time with her, but by then, she was sick and her vision was starting to fade. As summer approached, I moved back home to help care for her. I gave her special eye drops 4 times a day, though they didn't help much. I had to help her navigate the porch steps and lift her down for walks because she was too weak. I tied a bell to her collar so I could hear when she needed to go out at night, and I slept on the couch next to her bed to be there for her. That summer, we walked together every day. We'd go out in the mornings, twice in the afternoons, and again before dinner. I guided her carefully around cars and through lawns, making sure she stayed safe. Sometimes she'd stop to sniff the grass, her tail wagging, and other times she'd walk so close to me that she'd bump her nose into my shin to check that I was still there. When we got home, I'd lift her over the stairs, kiss her head, and tell her what a good girl she was. I often thought about all the times I had let her down and wished she understood how sorry I was. She was my darling, and I loved her deeply. The last time we walked together was on Labor Day. I was driving down the next Saturday to see her again, but then I got the call from my parents. I pulled into the nearest gas station and sobbed. I miss her so much, and I still wish I could have loved her as perfectly as she loved me.